So the frequency response of that means the corner frequency 1 by 2 pi RC, that depends upon on the capacitive component present in the internal stage of op amp. Already discussed, no, there's no physical capacitive component because of directly coupling, but due to some internal structure like the substrate acts as the insulator and connecting wires acts as the metal, I mean metallic wires acts as a parallel plates, then it becomes it operated on the principle of parallel plate capacitor. That means the capacitance, internal inherent capacitance effect is existed, right? So generally in the multi-stage amplifiers we use coupling capacitor in two-stage amplifiers, right? That means what you learn in the ECA subject, you use the coupling capacitor to couple the two stages, right? That where it behaves as a high pass filter, where it behaves as a high pass filter in that circuit. But here coming to operation amplifier, due to IC technology, we are not supposed to use any capacitor because of the huge steps involved in the fabrication, right? And depends upon the cost and requirement. We are preferred only directly coupling, right? Here, even though there is no presence of capacitance, because of the silicon substrate and the conducting wires, the capacitive effect is existed, right? At every stage, at every stage. Okay. So generally the frequency response with single corner frequency, generally the frequency response with single corner frequency, if you observe, this is if you draw the 3 dB line, this is the corner frequency, right? This is the corner frequency FC on cone, let us say FC, right? Generally the frequency response of the circuit with single corner frequency is inherently stable, inherently stable. So how it single frequency corner frequency exists is it depends upon value of resistor and capacitor, value of the resistor and capacitor. Capacitor is it is the capacitive component in which is existed internally in the internal stages of operational amplifier, right? And we know that uh, the internal stage of operation amplifier, that is intermediate stage, we use the cascading differential amplifier. Cascaded differential amplifier, that means we use the number of stages. So when you use the number of stages in the internal stage of operation amplifier, then the capacitive component present in the operation amplifier also increases. The virtual presence of capacitive component in the operation amplifier also increases due to the presence due to presence of number of stages. So when the number of capacitive components are present, then the number of corner frequencies or break frequencies depends upon the number of capacitive components. If single component is present, single corner frequency is available present. If the multiple capacitive components are available, then there will be multiple corner frequencies. So when the multiple corner frequencies are existed, then the stability of the system disturbed. Then the stability of the system disturbed, right? Why? Because see, I will draw the two responses with single corner frequency and with multiple corner frequency. Already drawn the single corner frequency. This is the single corner frequency. So up to this corner frequency, right, the gain is constant. After that, the gain is drops with the roll off minus 20 dB per decade. This is roll off rate. Every 10 times change in the frequency, the gain drops 20 dB, right? But if the multiple components, capacitive components are present, how it looks like? So if you observe the magnitude plot, first the gain is constant up to some frequency, up to right. After that, the gain drops with minus 20 dB per decay. That is first corner frequency F1, right? And if the coming to second stage, if the second stage appeared, you are coming to our second stage, second corner frequency is existed, and it drops again like this. right? This is F2. Then the roll off is minus 20 minus 2 stages. So n into 20 dB per decay. Number of n, where n is the number of n is nothing but number of corner frequencies, right? Second corner frequency, that means the roll off rate is minus 40 dB per decay. ఇదే మనం బోడీ ప్లాట్ లో మనం చేసాం n into 20 dB 20n అని రాస్తాం 20n dB per decay అని, right? minus 20n అని 20 plus 20n dB per decay if you remember body plots, right? So again ఇక్కడ నుంచి మళ్ళీ ఇప్పుడు ఇంకో కెపాసిటివ్ కాంపోనెంట్ ఇంకో థర్డ్ స్టేజ్ ఆఫ్ క్యాస్కేడింగ్ యాంప్లిఫైర్ ఇన్వాల్వ్ అయితే ఇంకో ఫాల్ ఆఫ్ రేట్ తో మనకి గెయిన్ అనేది డ్రాప్ అవుతుంది. ఇది F3, ఇక్కడ వచ్చే ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ F3 and the roll off rate is minus 60 dB per decay. So if you observe the response here from this zero frequency line to this first corner frequency, the gain is constant. Then from first corner frequency to second corner frequency, the gain is dropped with some roll off rate minus 20 dB per decay. Coming to second corner frequency and coming to next stage F2 to F3, again gain is disturbed. That means gain is nothing but it's a ratio of output to input, right? Again the roll off rate becomes minus 40 dB per decay. And coming to third corner frequency minus 60 dB. That means there is no stability, there is no constant variation, right, in the output, right? Due to nothing but there will be instability in the response of your operational amplifier due to multiple capacitive components present in the internal stages of operational amplifier, right? So generally operational amplifier అంటే it is designed using the cascade amplifier. So compulsory మనకి ఇలా instability అనేది వస్తుంది compulsory because of multiple corner frequencies, but we have to compensate that instability due to number of corner frequency present. So how we compensate that instability, right? That means instability ఎప్పుడు వస్తుంది, gain is greater than 1, angle is phase angle is more than 180 degree more than 360 degrees ఉంటే మనకి oscillations begin అవుతాయి. So that means it's nothing but the angle crossing the Barkhausen criteria point 360 degrees is the point at which the system begins to oscillate. That means when the phase angle is more than 360 degrees, then the system moves into the oscillation state. That means the system becomes unstable. So we have to control the response of the system in order to move we have to control the system response by using some external compensation network, right? So for that, first I have explained the same thing mathematically concept. The operation amplifier with single break or corner frequency is inherently stable, already what I said, right? Now consider the system with 3 break or corner frequencies. I am considering system with 3 break frequency or corner frequency. ఎందుకు కన్సిడర్ చేస్తున్నాను మీకు చూపిస్తాను ఎలా unstable వెళ్తుందో, how it crosses the the phase angle limit condition, right? So and consider 3 corner frequencies, and this is possible due to capacitive components produced in the various number of stages. చెప్పాను కదా, based on number of stages, సింగిల్ స్టేజ్ అయితే ఒక కాంపోనెంట్ ఉంటుంది. సో మల్టిపుల్ స్టేజ్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం కనుక based on number of stages capacitive components కూడా increase అవుతాయి. Based on capacitive components we know that frequency is 1 by 2 pi RC, right? Frequency is 1 by 2 pi RC, right? That means frequency depends upon capacitance, right? So because of that dependence, that capacitance components are increases, then the break frequency also increases, right? Here I am considering open loop frequency dependent transfer function of such a system with 3 corner frequencies, right? So ఇక్కడ నేను this is the open loop transfer function, right, with as a function of frequency which is A0 L, that is open loop gain at frequency equal to 0, nothing but dc. At frequency equal to 0, nothing but dc by 1 plus j into f by f1 into 1 plus j into f by f2 plus 1 into 1 plus j into f by f3. f1 f2 f3 నేను 3 కార్నర్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీస్ తీసుకుంటున్నాను అని చెప్పాను స్టార్టింగ్ లో. ఐఎమ్ కన్సిడరింగ్ ద సిస్టమ్ విత్ 3 కార్నర్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీస్. ఈ ఈక్వేషన్ ఎలా వచ్చిందంటే ఆల్రెడీ స్టెబిలిటీలో చేసాం. మీరు చూస్తే స్టెబిలిటీ వైల్ ఫైండింగ్ ద స్టెబిలిటీ వి డిరైవ్ ద ఈక్వేషన్. హౌ రైట్? ఎలా డిరైవ్ చేసాం? Right, we use the equations from the transfer function from the block diagram and we derived this equation. Right, here instead of here in the denominator the same thing explained while in the frequency response. Wait a minute, yeah, this is the frequency response. So here we consider single capacitor. We are consider single capacitance in the circuit. From that single capacitance, what we get equation like this: a naught L of f equal to a naught L by 1 plus j into f by f naught, where f naught is the single corner frequency, right? Here, but here in the concept of frequency compensation, we consider, in order to explain the compensation technique, we consider multiple corner frequencies, right? Where f1 and f2, f3 are the multiple corner frequencies, and whose values f1 is less than f2, f2 is less than f3. That means the large frequency is f3, then f2, then f1 and 0, right? So మీరు x axis లో 0, f1, f2, f3 అలా ఉంటుంది order frequency, right? In the same function will be expressed in s domain, right? a naught L by s plus omega n into s plus omega 2 s plus omega 3. మీకు తెలుసు కదా ఈ f1 ఎప్పుడు సపోజ్ ఎల్సిఎం తీసుకుంటే ఏమవుతుంది? f1 ప్లస్ jf 2π తో మల్టిప్లై చేయండి, 2π f1. 2π f1 మీన్స్ omega 1, రైట్? j 2π f, j 2π f, j 2π f అంటే ఏంటి? j omega. j omega అంటే ఏంటి? s, అంతే కదా. అందుకే s plus omega 1, s plus omega 2, s plus omega 3 కింద మనం ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేయొచ్చు అని చెప్తున్నాడు, రైట్? Where here also, where omega n, omega 2, omega 3 is the relation is like this. That's right. Omega 3 is the large frequency compared to other frequencies, right? Now we have to calculate what is the phase shift of this equation, this transfer function. What is the phase shift of numerator? Numerator is a naught L, which is constant. Constant means 0 degree phase shift, right? Coming to denominator, tan inverse b by a. What is b? F by f. F by f. F1 is b here. That means if you write it right, the numerator phase angle is 0, right? And denominator is theta 1 ఒకటి, theta 2 second దానికి, second pole ki, theta 3 third one. So what is the resultant means? 0 degrees minus theta 1 minus theta 2 minus theta 3. The resultant phase shift, which is pi of f. Pi of f or angle of open loop gain, ఏదైనా తీసుకోవచ్చు, right? Which is minus theta 1 minus theta 2 minus theta 3. Why? Because denominator లో నుంచి మనం resultant తీసుకుంటే subtraction అవుతుంది, right? Theta 1 means tan inverse f by f1. Theta 2 means tan inverse of f by f2. Theta 3 means tan inverse of f by f3. So దీనికి tan inverse b by a వస్తే ఏమొస్తుంది? tan inverse of f by f3. tan inverse b by a అంటే means tan inverse f by f2. tan inverse b by a means tan inverse of f by f1, right? So what is the resultant frequency phase shift is? Pi of f is minus theta 1 minus theta 2 minus theta 3. So minus tan inverse f by f1 minus tan inverse f by f2 minus tan inverse f by f3, where f1 and f2 and f3 are the corner frequencies whose values are depends upon r1, r2, r3, c1, c2, c3. f1 means 1 by 2 pi r1 c1, f2 is nothing but 1 by 2 pi r2 c2, f3 nothing but 1 by 2 pi r3 c3, where f is the operating frequency. మీరు ఇచ్చే frequency input మీరు ఇస్తారు కదా ఫంక్షన్ జనరేటర్ నుంచి, that is the operating frequency, right? If f is infinite, that means large high frequency, right? So what we get? Theta 1 tan inverse of infinite 90, right? Minus 90. This one also becomes 90. Theta 2 also. Theta 3 also becomes minus 90. What is the total phase shift at high frequency? It is minus 270 degrees, right? Minus 270 degrees. Coming to next consideration, if f equal to f1, f equal to f1. So first one, theta 1, how much? Tan inverse of f1 by f1 at f equal to f1, f1 by f1. That means tan inverse of 1 means minus 45 degrees, minus 45 degrees. If you replace f equal to f1, f equal to f1 in theta 2 and theta 3, which are very small angles. That's why theta 2 and theta 3 are negligible, right? So when f equal to f1, by neglecting theta 2 and theta 2 because of the small angles, you are getting the total phase shift is minus 45. Coming to f2, if f equal to f2, theta 1 becomes 90 degrees. Ante kada. F equal to f2 తీసుకుంటే theta 1 ఏమవుతుంది? Almost 90. Why it almost 90? Already we know the relation. What is the relation between f1 and f2, f3? f1 less than f2 less than f3. That means f2 is more than f1. f2 is more than f1. When f equal to f2, tan inverse of f2 by f1 means it is almost 90 degrees. It is almost 90 degrees. That means at a high frequency, right? We are considered as 90 degrees. And second one, theta 2, f equal to f2. That means it is 45 degrees, right? And tan inverse f by f3, f2 by f3. f3 is more from this condition. f3 is more. That's why theta 3 is negligible. Similar to here, theta 2 and theta 3 are how they are negligible. In this case, when f equal to f2, theta 3 is negligible. Then the total phase shift is minus 90 theta 1 and theta 2 minus 45. Theta 2 minus 45 because of f equal to f2. Theta 2 is minus 45. Minus 90 minus 45 minus 135. When f equal to f3, that means theta 1 becomes 90, theta 2 becomes 90. When f equal to f3, theta 3 becomes 45. So 90, 90, 45, total minus 225 degrees, right? They are the cases, right, where f equal to infinite, f equal to f1, f equal to f2, and f equal to f3, right? So that means here single corner frequency దగ్గర f1 అనేది first corner frequency, f2 is the second corner frequency, f3 is the third corner frequency. So when your gain already drawn, right, magnitude plot already explain చేశాను కదా. So f1, f2, f3, f1, f2, f3 already explain చేశాను కదా, right? So when the gain, when the phase angle, then the response is approaches to third corner frequency, what is the phase margin we get? What is the phase margin formula? 180 plus angle of open loop gain, angle of open loop gain. అదే కదా మనం ఇక్కడ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేసాం. వాట్ ఇస్ ద ఫేజ్ యాంగిల్? 180 ప్లస్ యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ ఓపెన్ లూప్ gain. I want to clear, right? So same thing here applied. 180 plus what is the final phase shift when coming to third corner frequency? The response coming to third corner minus 225. 180 minus 225. What is the phase margin? Minus 45. Minus 45 means it is negative. What will happen if phase margin is negative? The system becomes unstable. Already చెప్పాను కదా, both are positive అయితే system stable. Any one of the thing, phase margin and gain margin negative unte system is unstable, or both negative aina system unstable. So when you use two corner frequencies, first ఒక corner frequency అయితే minus 45. 180 minus 45 how much? 180 minus 45, 135. 135 means phase margin is positive. Second corner frequency grandi, 180 minus 135. 180 minus 135 means 45 degrees, right? 45 degrees. It is also positive. But when the corner frequencies are increases, when the phase shift becomes minus 225 for the third corner frequency, 180 minus 225, phase margin becomes negative. That means the system becomes unstable. That's why when the corner frequencies are increases, the system becomes unstable. The system is more stable when single corner frequency exists. The corner frequencies are increasing, the system moves into more unstable state. because of number of capacitive component present in the internal stages. Hence phase margin is negative, the system is becomes unstable, right? So here this is a magnitude plot. This one is a the major one is non-compensated plot. This one is non-compensated and this one is compensated. Compensate చేస్తే ఎలా వస్తుంది సింగిల్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీతో, uncompensated చేస్తే ఎలా వస్తుంది, right? So if you observe the phase plot, right? So this is the phase plot, this is the theoretical plot amma. Okay, నేను theoretical గా explain చేయడానికి డ్రా చేసింది, right? So uncompensated plot, nothing but first one, this one, uncompensated plot, where it reaches to 0 dB. This point is the 0 dB, right? So what is the frequency at this point? What is the frequency at this point? Anyone? What is the frequency at this point? What we call the frequency when gain reaches to 0 dB? Anyone? When gain is reaches to 0 dB, what is the frequency from the frequency domain specifications? What is that particular frequency?
Gain crossover.
Right, gain crossover frequency. That frequency is called gain crossover frequency. So here I have drawn the dotted lines to represent gain crossover frequency. So ఇక్కడ gain crossover frequency dot చేసినప్పుడు ఇక్కడ నాకు phase plot ni particular point, it intersects the phase plot at this particular point, So if you measure phase margin from 180 degrees line, if you measure phase margin from 180 degrees line, you are getting negative phase margin. Negative phase margin means unstability. ఎప్పుడు వచ్చింది? Due to uncompensated magnitude plot. If the compensated, that means you use a compensating network, some compensating network, and you modify, you can get the modified magnitude plot. So if you get the modified magnitude plot, the dotted lines, right? This one is compensated plot, right? It reaches 0 dB at this point. That means before the uncompensated plot, it reaches the 0 dB, right? Suppose ఇది new gain crossover frequency కింద తీసుకోండి. Now I am considering this point is new gain crossover frequency line. So if you plot the new gain crossover frequency line, it cuts the phase plot here. It cuts the phase plot here. Now you can find the phase margin from minus 180 degrees line, which becomes positive phase margin. Then the system is stable. That means before compensating network use, you are getting negative phase margin. After using the compensating network, you can get positive phase margin. That means it is instability region and it is stable region, right? That means తెలుసు కదా, left hand right hand. So this one is border, this one is minus 180 degrees, like imaginary axis. మనకి దాంట్లో చూసుకుంటే S plane లో ఈ లైన్ చూసారా, ఇది ఇక్కడ ఈ హారిజాంటల్ లైన్. దీనికన్నా కిందకు వెళ్తే అంటే ఈ పార్ట్ కి రైట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి ఎస్ ప్లాట్ లో, రైట్, ఇది అన్స్టేబుల్, అంటే నెగిటివ్ ఫేజ్ మార్జిన్ వస్తే అన్స్టేబుల్. లెఫ్ట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ అయితే ఏం చెప్తాం, రూట్స్ ఉంటే స్టేబుల్ అంటాం, అంటే పాజిటివ్ ఫేజ్ మార్జిన్ వస్తే సిస్టమ్ ఈజ్ స్టేబుల్, రైట్. మరి మా 360 డిగ్రీస్ అంటాం కదా సార్ ఆసిలేషన్స్ కి, మీరు ఇక్కడ 180 డిగ్రీస్ కి మీరు ఆసిలేషన్స్ చెప్తున్నారు. 360 డిగ్రీస్ అయితే ఆసిలేషన్ స్టార్ట్ అవుతాయి, బార్క్-హౌజన్ క్రైటీరియా. మోర్ దాన్ 360 అయితే అన్స్టేబుల్. మీరు ఇక్కడ -180కే మీరు చెప్తున్నారు స్టేబిలిటీ అన్స్టేబిలిటీ అంటే, ఇక్కడ మీకు ఇక్కడ ఒకటి అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి ఏంటంటే, మీరు స్టెబిలిటీ మీరు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసింది ఇది ఒక యాంప్లిఫైర్, రైట్, యాంప్లిఫైర్. సో యాంప్లిఫైర్ ఎంత ఫేజ్ యాంగిల్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేస్తుంది? Amplifier, how much phase angle it produces? How much phase angle?
180 degrees.
180. ఈ ఫేజ్ షిఫ్ట్ అడిషనల్ గా పై ఆఫ్ ఎఫ్ అనేది దానికి అడిషనల్ ఫేజ్ షిఫ్ట్ అమ్మా. అంటే ఆల్రెడీ ఇక్కడ -180 ఫేజ్ లైన్ ఉందంటే దీనికి అడిషనల్ ఆల్రెడీ మీరు యాంప్లిఫైర్ ఫేజ్ యాంగిల్ కి ఇది అడిషనల్ ఫేజ్ షిఫ్ట్. సో ఆల్రెడీ యాంగిల్ ఎంత 180 -180. సో 180 magnitude, how much it is? 360 degrees. How much it is? 360 degrees. -180 అయినా 180 degrees అయినా ఒకటే కదా, అంతేనా? -180 అయినా 180 degrees అయినా ఒకటేనా పీరియాడికల్ గా? ఒకటే కాదా? ఆర్ దే సేమ్? 180 and -180 are they same? 180 and -180 periodically. So this is sinusoidal signal, right? This is sinusoidal signal, right? This is 0 degrees. This is +180. This one is -180, right? ఇది ఇన్పుట్ అనుకోండి మీది. అవుట్పుట్ ఇన్వర్టర్ యాంప్లిఫైర్ ఏమవుతుంది? 180 degrees ఫేజ్ షిఫ్ట్ అంటున్నాం. 180 degrees అంటే ఏంటి? ఇది ఇటు వెళ్తుంది. ఇది ఇటు వెళ్ళిందంటే మీకు ఎలా వస్తుంది యాంగిల్? ఇది ఇంతేనా? ఇదేనా 180 degrees ఫేజ్ షిఫ్ట్ అంటే? ఇదేనా రెస్పాండ్? 180 degrees ఫేజ్ షిఫ్ట్ అంటే ఇదేనా?
Yes sir, yes sir.
దెన్ -180 degrees ఫేజ్ ఈ పార్ట్ ఎక్కడ ఉందమ్మా? ఇలా ఎక్కడ ఉంది? -180 దగ్గర ఉంది. అంటే ఏంటి? -180 degrees షిఫ్ట్ అయినట్టే కదా అవతలకి, అంతేనా? అంటే 180 అయినా -180 అయినా పీరియాడికల్ గా సేమ్. అర్థమవుతుందా? ఓకే, రైట్. సో హియర్ 180 and -180 and -180, that means total phase shift is 360. అర్థమవుతుందా? ఆల్రెడీ యాంప్లిఫైర్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేసే ఫేజ్ షిఫ్ట్ కి దిస్ వన్ is additional phase shift. So that means this is the border line, like imaginary axis in the S plane. This is the border line. Above this line phase margin is positive, below this line phase margin is negative. When phase margin is negative, the system is unstable. When phase margin is positive, the system is stable. When the angle is -180, already 180 mali again 180, 360, that means marginally stable, sustained oscillations. Okay, this is how. So this is the response when three corner frequencies are used: compensated, uncompensated, difference, right? So in order to avoid the oscillations because of three corner frequencies, we need to provide necessary compensation so that only one break or corner frequency exists. If you observe the compensated network compared to uncompensated, you are having F1 and F2, three corner frequencies, but here you are getting only single corner frequency for compensated network. For compensated network, you are getting only single corner frequency. So in order to avoid the oscillations, we need to provide necessary compensation so that only one corner or break frequency exists, right? Due to this, phase margin is positive, right? Because of the single corner frequency, phase margin becomes positive. This technique of compensation is called frequency compensation technique. Using this technique, the op amp is converted to single break frequency of op amp, right? Compensation network వల్ల మనకు ఓన్లీ సింగిల్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ ఆప్ యాంపే వచ్చింది, మనకి ఓన్లీ వన్ కార్నర్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ వస్తుంది. So converted into single break frequency op amp. The frequency response of such op amp has only one roll off rate, -20 dB per decay. What is the roll off rate of this compensated? -20 dB per decay. అదే uncompensated అయితే మనకు 3 roll off rates వస్తున్నాయి. -20 ఫస్ట్ కార్నర్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ దగ్గర, సెకండ్ కార్నర్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ -40, థర్డ్ కార్నర్ కి వచ్చేసరికి -60, right? So the method of modifying loop gain frequency response of op amp, this is the frequency response of op amp. The method of modifying frequency response of loop gain so that it behaves like single break frequency response, which provides sufficient positive phase margin. this is called frequency compensation technique. So how frequency compensation technique means how uh, we can reduce the corner frequencies, number of corner frequencies ni single break frequency ga ela reduce chestam, how we can move the system stability from negative phase margin region to positive phase margin region, right? This technique is nothing but frequency compensation technique. So generally we are having two compensation techniques in our syllabus, that is dominant pole compensation, pole zero compensation. Dominant pole compensation, pole zero compensation. So now we'll discuss dominant pole compensation. So dominant pole compensation, nothing but this is the circuit of dominant pole compensation. So here we use, this is the compensated network. We use the is it visible? PDF.
Yes, sir.
Right. This one is the compensating network which is connected at the output of op-amp. Right? Why it is used to avoid the number of break frequencies? We use a compensated network which provides a single break frequency for the frequency response of op-amp. Right? So here R comma C, this network provides one pole. This network provides, RC network provides one pole to your transfer function, one pole additional to your transfer function, right? It provides one pole additional to your transfer function, right? So for this network, it is looked like low pass filter. It looks like low pass filter circuit. What is the input to this compensating network? Output of op amp V0 complement is input. Output of this compensating network is V0, right? So consider an op amp with the break corner frequencies. Already ఉన్నదే అంతకుముందు తీసుకున్న equation. Now in this loop gain, the dominant pole is introduced by adding a compensating network. Dominant pole is introduced. Why it is dominant means it is connected external to your op amp, right? Op amp output tarvata connect chesam, right? That's why it's called dominant pole, right? So in this loop gain, dominant pole is introduced by adding a compensating network. Such a network is nothing but simple RC network. This is simple RC network. The dominant pole means this is the pole with magnitude much smaller the existing poles. Already man 3 poles ఉన్న denominator లో 1 2 3, right? In addition to these 3 poles, we are providing one additional pole using this RC compensating network, right? The magnitude of this pole RC due to RC network is smaller than already existed corner frequencies, already existed poles, right? Dominant pole means the pole with magnitude much smaller than existing poles. So hence the break frequency of compensating network is smaller compared to earlier break frequency. That means the frequency of this component, the break frequency, already we are having 3 break frequencies, F1 and F2 and F3. Because of this new pole by the compensating network where capacitance is present, we are getting one more break frequency addition to these 3 corner frequencies, F1 and F2 and F3. We are getting one more additional corner frequency. అదే కదా మీరు ఈ డయాగ్రామ్ లో చూస్తే already we are having F1, F2, F3. ఇక్కడ మీరు డయాగ్రామ్ లో చూస్తే we are having F1, F2, F3. This is uncompensated. When you use the compensate, you are getting new, right? New corner frequency, this one, right? F, which is called dominant frequency, FD, dominant pole frequency, FD, right? If you observe, this corner frequency is small when compared to F1, F2, F3. Why this frequency is small means we have to select the magnitude of the pole must be smaller than the magnitude of poles of this F1 and F2, F3 which are already existed. Ade ikkada explain chesaru. What is dominant pole means? The pole with magnitude much smaller than the existing poles. Hence the break frequency of this compensating network, nothing but FD, is small compared to earlier break frequencies F1, F2, F3. So now the transfer function of compensating network can be obtained as V naught by V naught complement. New transfer function. How we get new transfer function? We are getting the output V naught. What is the input here? V naught complement. What is the transfer function? New transfer function. Previously we are having transfer function V naught complement by V in for this circuit. But if we are getting new transfer function, that is V naught by V naught complement. V naught by V naught complement. So what is that one? Take it as A1. A1 is the transfer function of compensating network, which is V naught by V naught 1 dash. So from voltage divider rule, what is V naught? Output across this capacitance. Output across this capacitance. That means what is the reactance here? Minus JXC. Minus JXC. So if you apply voltage divider rule, minus JXC by R minus JXC, total resistance, R minus JXC into input voltage. What is the input voltage to network? V naught complement. So V naught equal to V naught complement into minus JXC by R minus JXC. Then we can take V naught complement to your left hand side, which is becomes new transfer function of compensating network A1, V naught by V naught complement, which is minus JXC by R minus JXC. Right? What is XC? 1 by omega C, 1 by 2 pi FC. Right? Take the entire thing as common, minus J by 2 pi FC common thiste, we are getting this one. Right? And we know that 1 by minus J is plus J. After simplification, we are getting like this. A1 becomes 1 plus J into 2 pi of RC. Right? Ikkada let FD equal to dominant pole frequency. Right? FD equal to 1 by 2 pi RC anukunnanu. Then it becomes A1 becomes 1 plus 1 by 1 plus J into F by FD, where FD is the break frequency or cutoff frequency of compensating network. Hence total transfer frequency, hence the total transfer function becomes A complement, which is product of A and AA1. Product total, the entire circuit transfer function becomes the product of the product of this transfer function A and the product of compensating network transfer function A1. A into A1. When you do the multiplication A into A1, the final transfer function becomes, if you observe the thing, one pole is added to this older transfer function. Already we are adding one pole due to that RC network. Right? So here thing is, we have to choose the value of R and C are selected in such a way that the loop gain drops to 0 dB with a slope of minus 20 dB per decade and at a frequency where the poles of uncompensated transfer function A contributes negligible phase shift. So, this frequency magnitude plot. This one is uncompensated, like similar the last previous response. This one is compensated, right? So we have to choose FD nothing but 1 by 2 pi RC, right? We have to choose these resistor and capacitor values, right? How we choose these values means we have to choose these values in such a way that the loop gain drops to 0 dB with a slope of minus 20 dB per decay at the pole of F1 of uncompensated A, right? Is it clear? So, we have to choose the R and C values. We have to choose R and C values to provide only single roll off rate 20 dB per decay, and it reaches to 0 dB at F1. Mano ila choose cheskomantunnadu. We have to choose R comma C values, right, which must provide single roll off rate 20 dB per decay and reaches the 0 dB at first corner frequency of uncompensated network. F1 anedi first corner frequency of uncompensated network, right? So compensated network design chesapu R and C values ela choose chesukovalante it must contain that compensated response must contain single roll off rate, that is 20 dB per decay, and it reaches the 0 dB line at F1, where F1 is the first corner frequency of uncompensated network. అలా మనం చూస్ చేసుకోవాలి. సో ఇఫ్ యూ సో ఇట్ కెన్ అబ్జర్వ్ ద, అదే చెప్తున్నాడు, యూజువల్లీ FD ఈక్వల్ టు ఒమేగా D ఈక్వల్ 2πf, రైట్? ఒమేగా D మీన్స్ 2π ఇంటూ f, 2πf కదా. Dominant frequency means FD equal to omega D by 2π. It's selected so that the compensated transfer function A complement, this one, the compensated transfer function A not A complement, that is the gain of this A complement, passes through 0 dB at the pole F1 of uncompensated gain A. So ఈ uncompensated network pole frequency F1 దగ్గర 0 dB reach అయ్యేటట్టు you have to choose R and C, right? It can be observed from the diagram. The gain reduces bandwidth drastically. So if you find the bandwidth of uncompensated and compensated, so if you draw the 3 dB line, if you draw the 3 dB line to uncompensated network, right, and project it vertically, we are getting bandwidth 1. Bandwidth 1 means it is the uncompensated network bandwidth, uncompensated network response bandwidth. Coming to compensated response, if you project it vertically, right, we are getting bandwidth 2. This bandwidth 2 is the compensated network response bandwidth. Bandwidth 1 is uncompensated network response bandwidth. Okay, so that means if you observe this plot after providing the dominant pole, the gain reduces the bandwidth drastically. That means bandwidth 2, this one, if you observe this one is very, very small when compared to bandwidth 1. When compared to bandwidth 1, bandwidth 2 is very, very small, which is the drawback of dominant pole compensation, so very small bandwidth, right? అందుకే మనం పోల్ జీరో అని నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకో మెథడాలజీ ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేస్తాం టు ఓవర్కమ్ ద డ్రాబ్యాక్, రైట్? బట్ దిస్ ఇస్ ద డ్రాబ్యాక్, బట్ వీఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ అడ్వాంటేజెస్ ఆల్సో, రైట్? సో యాజ్ ద నాయిస్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ కాంపోనెంట్స్ విచ్ ఆర్ అవుట్ సైడ్ ద bandwidth 2 are eliminated. That's why it is called noise immunity system, right? This system is called noise immunity because bandwidth is small, the noise frequency component gets eliminated, right? So by adjusting this FD, we are getting positive phase margin. By adjusting, that means this dominant pole frequency FD, by choosing R and C, we can get positive phase margin. This is the compensated response, right? This is the compensated response. For this compensated response, we are getting positive phase margin. If you observe, we are getting positive phase margin for this compensated response. For uncompensated, we are getting negative phase margin, right? This is what dominant pole, right? The drawback is bandwidth of compensated network due to dominant pole is very small compared to uncompensated network, right? So we have to improve the bandwidth. So ఇలా యూజ్ చేయటం వల్ల ఈ అప్లికేషన్ అనేది లిమిటెడ్ అవుతుంది. స్మాల్ బ్యాండ్విత్ ఉన్న అప్లికేషన్స్ కే ఇది అప్లికబుల్ అవుతుంది, కానీ బ్యాండ్విత్ అనేది ఎప్పుడైనా కొంచెం బెటర్ గా ఉండాలి, మరి ఇంత చిన్నగా ఉండకూడదు, స్మాల్ వాల్యూ ఉండకూడదు. సో యూ హ్యావ్ టు ఇంప్రూవ్ దిస్ బ్యాండ్విత్. So in order to improve the bandwidth, we use one more method of frequency compensation, that is pole zero compensation, which will be discussed in the upcoming classes, right? That's one is the last topic.